come online and talk to me. But do clarify your doubts, because linguistics is such that if you don't understand one step, then you will not understand the next step. So each step must be very, very clear. Only then you can understand the next step. So now let me give you a quick resume of what we did yesterday. I talked on inflectional morphology of English, you know, and then we talked on how words are coined, and there are different
इतने ही
processes
हैं सर
of
अभी फिलहाल और कुछ अभी
different
न्यू कोर्स का है वो हम लोग कर रहे हैं
yeah, there are different processes of coining words. The processes that we discussed yesterday was back formation, like from editor we get edit. Then we discussed reduplication, and reduplication is not a very productive process in English, but still we have quite a few number of reduplicatives in English, like sing song, ping pong, mishmash, etc., etc. Then we discussed blends, and you know, blends is self-explanatory. That is, you mix two words to get a third word, like breakfast and lunch are mixed together to get brunch, and the meaning is more a lunch and less a breakfast. Then we discussed clipping, and clipping means you clip the wings of a bird. Similarly, you clip the wings mm, of a word here, not bird, but a word, and you can clip the first part or the last part. It depends, right? And then we discussed acronym, and we established a different differentiation between abbreviations and acronyms. Abbreviations are written or read with each letter, like uh, NGO, and there is always a dot between the two letters, N dot G dot O. But those abbreviations, which can be read as a word, as a phonological word, are known as acronyms. For example, RIDA, LASER, UNESCO, NATO, etc., etc. And then we discussed morphological negation and syntactic negation. And the basic difference between morphological negation and syntactic negation is that for negating a word, we add a morpheme to that word. For example, obey, we want to negate that word obey, we add this. It is a morpheme, a bound morpheme, a derivational morpheme. So that is morphological negation. And in syntactic negation, we negate the whole sentence by adding a word, not a bound morpheme, like not or nothing or nobody. Nobody knows the answer. No. Everybody knows the answer. But if we want to negate this sentence, we add a word like nobody. Nobody knows the answer. And this is a case of syntactic negation. And there we stopped. Now, today we'll be discussing entirely different thing, and that is conversion. You remember, I want to take you back to word stress. We did word accent or word stress, and I told you that some words are used both as nouns and verbs, or adjectives and verbs, like object. Object, object, object. This can be used as a noun and also as a verb. And to indicate that object is a noun, we put a stress on the first syllable, object, right? But to indicate that object is a verb, we put a stress on the second syllable, and it is object. So object and object. Now what we have done here is that we have converted a noun into a verb or a verb into a noun. So this is called conversion. And today we are going to study conversion in detail in phonology and in phonetics. When I did word stress, we studied conversion phonetically, how phonetics play a part in converting a word from noun to verb or from adjective to verb, like absent. Absent is an adjective when there is a stress on the first syllable, and absent, sent, absent, when the stress is on the second syllable, it becomes a verb. Now, that was conversion from the point of view of phonology or phonetics. Now, let us study conversion from the point of view of morphology. You know that certain words can be used as a verb. I've already told you, as noun or as verb, right? Uh, Jamshed, second slide.
एक मिनट सर
Take it.
एक मिनट होल्ड करिएगा सर एक मिनट
हाँ नहीं ठीक है टेक योर टाइम कोई हमें हड़बड़ी नहीं है Yes, participants, let us continue. Let the slide come on the screen, but before that, I want to tell you something. You know, you have all of you have read parts of speech, right?
Yes, sir.
Another term that we use for parts of speech is word class. Can you hear me, all of you?
Yes, sir.
So
Yes,
word
sir.
class. Word class, that is class of word. Yeah. So for parts of a speech, we also use the term word class, like noun, pronoun, adjective, adverb, verb, prepositions, conjunctions, interjections.
Hmm.
These are all word classes. That is, one word belongs to the class noun, another word belongs to the class adjective, yet another word belongs to the class verbs. So word classes. So that term should be clear to you. Now another term that I want to introduce is affix. A-F-I-A-F-F-I-X, affix. And affix means prefix or suffix. Now, in the word inability, in is a prefix and it is a suffix. That which comes before the word is a prefix that which comes after the word or at the end of the word is called a suffix. And prefix and suffix together are called affix. All right.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So I was talking of conversion. You know, there are certain words which can be used. Just a minute. हाँ जमशेद क्या हुआ? नहीं आ रहा है. ओहो, पीसी हैंग कर रहा है. अच्छा ठीक है, कोई बात नहीं अभी. अच्छा ठीक होता है, सब टेक्नोलॉजिकल प्रॉब्लम है. Okay, before the handout or before the slide comes on the screen, let us talk. So I've already explained the term word class and the term affix. And affix is the term used for both prefix and suffix. Now, we are going to talk on conversion. Conversion, or we also call it zero derivation. Right. Now, what is conversion or what is zero derivation? Also as a verb, right? Like, let's take the word release. Yeah, there are some requests coming on my screen. Please mute your mic. Yes, participants, listeners, please mute your mic so that it does not disturb others. All right. So, release, R-E-L-E-A-S-E, release. And the word release can be used as a verb and also as a noun. For example, the judge may release the prisoner. The judge may release the prisoner. Now, in this sentence, the word release has been used as a verb. The judge may release the prisoner. So, release is a verb. But look at the second sentence, or the judge ordered the release of the prisoner. The judge ordered the release of the prisoner. The release. Now look here, may release and the release. You know, the is always used before a noun. So release here has been used as a noun. Now release can be used as a verb and release can also be used as a noun. But there is no difference in the spelling. You know, when we want to convert some other words, when we want to convert a word from, let's say, verb to noun, we add a suffix. Like, take the word write, W-R-I-T-E, write. And if we add ER to it, it becomes writer. Right? This is also a derivation. Right? This is also a derivation. But from right to writer, how do we arrive from right to writer? By adding ER. Yes. Now, the handout has come. Sorry, the slide has come on the screen. Thank you, Jamshed. So what I was saying is, look at the word writer. When we want to convert when we want to convert write to writer, we have to add er. Right. So
Yes, sir.
write is verb, writer is noun. But we
Sonam, please mute yourself.
do not call it conversion. This is derivation. All right. And this derivation has was effected by adding a suffix er. But what about release and release? Release can be used as a verb and release can be used as a noun. We have not added anything. There is nothing in it. The judge may release. You can look at the slide. The judge may release the prisoner. The judge ordered the release of the prisoner. Now, in the first sentence, release is a verb. In the second sentence, the word release is a noun. But to convert release from verb to noun, we have not added anything. Right. And this is called zero derivation. That is, we do not add anything to it. This is called zero derivation, or this is also called conversion. All right. So, how do we show that? Look at release. Look a little down. Release is a verb, and release plus, you have seen the equation there, right? Release within brackets, verb plus there is a zero and there is a stroke across the zero. We call it zero morpheme. Yeah, I will repeat. Namita, I will repeat. Don't worry. So, look at this symbol. It is not coming on my screen. Look at the symbol zero. Zero with a stroke across it. This is called zero morpheme. And zero morpheme means nothing. All right. So we add nothing to release, or in other words, in technical terms, we say we add a zero morpheme or zero affix or a zero suffix to verb release, and we get release noun. This is called conversion.
Hello.
Now, look at the verb, look at the word pocket. Look at the word pocket. The
सर
word
ये
pocket
स्क्रीन
can be
पे
used
दिख
as a
रहा है
verb.
सर अब?
And, हाँ बोलो. अभी आ रहा है.
दिख रहा है पर वो नीचे नोटिफिकेशन वगैरह है.
So pocket can be used as a verb and also as a noun. Like if I use it as a noun, then the sentence would be, I put some money in my pocket. All right. I put some money in my pocket. Okay. Now I put some money in my pocket. So my pocket is a noun. But I pocketed the money. I pocketed the money. Now pocket here is a verb. So pocket can be used both as a verb and as a noun. So we add a zero morpheme or a zero suffix to pocket to convert it into a noun. Or throw. Throw again can be used as a verb and as a noun. Throw, I threw the ball. I threw the ball at him. This is a verb, and his throw was very fast. His throw his throw was very fast. Now here in this sentence, his throw was very fast. Throw is a noun. Similarly, walk and criminal. Now let us look at criminal. Criminal can be both an adjective and a noun. Criminal, adjective and noun. How? He is a criminal. He is a criminal. This is a noun. You know, A, B, etc. can be added only to a noun. So he is a criminal. Now, in this sentence, criminal is a noun. But when I say his, this is a criminal act. This is a criminal act. Now, criminal act, criminal is an adjective. So there are plenty of words in English which can belong to two different word classes: noun and adjective, verb and adjective, verb and noun, etc., etc., etc. But there is no change in the spelling. In other words, we do not add anything. That is very important. I'm trying to drive the point home, the meaning of zero derivation. Zero derivation means we derive a different word from one word by adding nothing, or by adding a zero prefix or suffix, or in other words, we add a zero affix to a word to derive another word. That is called conversion or zero derivation. And the symbol for zero affix is a zero with a stroke. If you can see it, release verb plus zero with a stroke, right? And you can say it. So that is the symbol. This is the symbol for zero affix. So this point should be clear. What is conversion? Conversion is zero derivation. And what do we mean by zero derivation? We take a word, we add a z, that is zero derivation, and that is conversion, which is different from deriving a word like write, writer. That is purely derivation. Derivation by adding a suffix. But here we are deriving a word by adding nothing or a zero affix. Slide number 2, or maybe slide number 3. Now someone has asked me type equation here. This is wrong. It should have been deleted by me. Sorry, I should have deleted it, but I forgot to delete. So you can delete it. Right?
हाँ सर कर
Type
दिया सर,
equation
देखिए
here
आ रहा होगा,
means nothing. That
आ
is
रहा होगा सर,
irrelevant. It should not have been
आया
there. थोड़ा सा आधा मिनट का, हाँ आधा मिनट का गैप हो जाता है, कोई बात नहीं.
ठीक है सर.
वो टेक्नोलॉजी का क्या कर सकते हो तुम. हाँ. Now the title is conversion a derivational process? Ah. Now I have been talking about conversion being a derivational process. And what is a derivational process? We derive a word by adding a suffix or a prefix. That is a derivational process. Like manage, we add er to it, we get manager. Or manage, we add ment to it, and we get management. Or take uh, any other word and you add a suffix or prefix like uh, obey. Add a prefix this to it and you get disobey. This is a derivational process, right? And what is conversion? Conversion is changing the class of one word to another by adding a zero affix. Now we are adding nothing. So how can we say that this is a derivational process? We add nothing in conversion and we say this is a derivational process. And a derivational process is that we add something to a word to derive another word. So how can we say that conversion is a derivational process when we add nothing or when we add a zero suffix? So we have to prove that conversion is also a derivational process. And there are 4 arguments that I have given. All right. Now look here. What is derivation? If you remember the difference between inflectional morpheme and derivational morpheme, then one difference was that inflectional morpheme does not change the class of a word. For example, if I add ed, this is an inflectional morpheme. If I add ed to the verb walk, we get walked. So walk is also a verb and walked is also a verb. So if you remember the class that we did day before yesterday, I told you that inflectional morpheme does not change the class of a word. But derivational morpheme does. Derivational morpheme, when added to a word, changes the class. For example, anyone who can tell me that derivational affix changes, like manage, right? Manage is a verb. We add ment to it and we get management, right? So the word class changes. Manage is a verb, management is a noun. So in conversion also, the word class changes. For example, look here. Dirty, dirt, this is a noun. We add y to it. This is a derivational suffix. We add y to it and we get dirty. All right? Dirt is noun, dirty is an adjective. Similarly, look at the third one, pack. Pack is a verb. We add age to it. We get package, which is a noun. Now, in dirty and package, some derivational morpheme has been added. With dirt, we have added y. With pack, we have added age. So this is a clear-cut case of derivational process. All right. But what about dirty adjective, the second one? Dirty adjective plus zero morpheme, and we get dirty. The word class changes. From dirty adjective, we get dirty verb. This is a dirty shirt. I have dirtied my hands. This is a dirty shirt. Now, dirty here in dirty shirt, dirty is an adjective. I have dirtied my shirt. Now, dirty is a verb. So we have changed the class, the word class of dirty from adjective to verb. And this is a derivational process. That is, in a derivational process, the word class of a word changes. So, conversion Now, dirty adjective, we add a zero morpheme and we get a dirty verb. This is conversion, and this is a derivation process because the word class has changed from adjective to verb. This is now the point number two. Only a derivational affix changes the grammatical category. Now look at the third one. A word derived by conversion forms its own inflectional paradigm. Yes, look here. Let's look at the word pocket. And I told you pocket can be used as a noun and pocket can also be used as a verb. All right. Now, what is the proof that pocket is a noun? My shirt has a pocket. A pocket. So, always comes before a noun. So, pocket is a noun. But when I say I have pocketed the money, which means I have kept the money in my pocket, then pocket is a verb. And look here, the proof is that pocket has been changed into a verb, a noun has been changed into a verb. The proof is that you can add all the inflectional suffixes to the to pocket, all those verb inflectional suffixes. Like what are the inflectional suffixes that we can add to a verb? S, ing, ed, right? So look here, pockets. Ah, he always pockets my money. He's pocketing his money, or he has pocketed his money. So pocket is a verb because it can take the verb inflectional suffix. And pocket is also a noun because it can take all the inflectional suffixes that a noun can take. Like one pocket, two pockets. We can pluralize it, and only a noun can be pluralized by adding s. Now, my pockets color, pockets apostrophe s. My pockets color is blue. So pocket as a noun can take the plural morpheme s and apostrophe s. And pocket as a verb can take s as in goes and ing and also ed. So is the case with release. In the first or in the second slide, I said the judge ordered the release of the prisoner, or the judge released the prisoner. So release can be used as a noun, and release can be used as a verb. And what is the argument, or what is the proof that release can be used as a verb? It can take s, that present tense morpheme, third person singular present tense morpheme, releases, releasing, that is progressive morpheme, and released, past tense morpheme. So let's read the third point. A word derived by conversion forms its own inflectional paradigm. That is, it takes all the inflections that a word class can take. For example, the word pocket is a noun and can take the noun plural suffix
Sir,
to
there
form
is
pocket.
breaking
But when
from
pocket is
sir.
converted to a verb, it can take all the inflectional suffixes that are generally added to a verb. So what does this prove? That pocket as a noun can be converted to pocket. So it proves that pocket as a verb can be converted to pocket as a verb, from noun to verb. Release as a noun can be converted to release as a verb. And the proof is that pocket can take all the noun suffixes, all the inflectional suffixes that a noun can take, and pocket can also take all the inflectional suffixes that a verb can take. Derivation creates a new word. Morpheme does not create a new word, but derivation morpheme creates a new word. For example, 30, 30-ish. 30 has one meaning, 30-ish has another meaning. But walk and walks with inflection morpheme. Walk and walks both have the same meaning. So derivation creates a new word, and conversion also creates a new word with sufficiently different meaning so that it is entered separately in a dictionary. That is, if you look up the word pocket in a dictionary, you will find two entries. Pocket, and in bracket they will show it is a noun. Then pocket, another entry, and they will show it is a verb. So that is also a proof that it has pocket as a noun and pocket as a verb have two different meanings. Pocket as a noun means a thing in which you can keep something. A thing or a place in a shirt or in a pair of trousers in which you can put your purse, your money, etc., etc. That is the meaning of pocket as a noun. But the meaning of pocket as a verb is to put something in that place. To put. I have pocketed the money means I have put the money in my pocket. So pocket as a noun has one meaning, pocket as a verb has another meaning. And that is the proof that it is a derivation process, because a derivation process creates a new word. So conversion, which means changing the class of word by adding a zero affix, is also a derivational process. All right. Now, any question up to this point? जमशेद, किन्हीं के पास अगर कोई क्वेश्चन है तो पूछ लें अभी.
यस सर.
किसी को कोई क्वेश्चन पूछना है तो पूछ लें अभी.
आप लोग किसी को अगर कोई क्वेश्चन पूछना है तो जी जी आप अपने चैट बॉक्स पे क्वेश्चन टाइप कर सकते हैं.
चैट बॉक्स में टाइप. हाँ. Point number 3, please. Okay. What else? Okay, I'll explain point number 3 once again. A word derived by conversion forms its own inflectional paradigm. Now, what is the meaning of paradigm? Paradigm means system, inflectional system. Now, what is the inflectional system of verb? What is the inflectional system of verb? That it can take third person singular, third person singular, present tense. S, that is the inflectional paradigm. It can take ing, it can take ed. That is paradigm. Paradigm means a system, right? So a word derived by conversion forms its own inflectional paradigm. This is what I am telling you, that take a word, pocket is the word, pocket as a noun can take the plural morpheme s and the possessive morpheme apostrophe s. Do you get this point? That pocket as a noun can take the plural morpheme s, pockets, one pocket, two pockets, three pockets. And pocket as a noun can also take the possessive form. That is, my pocket's color. When you write it, how will you write it? My pocket's color, P-O-C-K-E-T apostrophe S. My pocket's color. So, pocket. Now, a noun can take a plural morpheme and a noun can take a apostrophe S. That is the inflectional paradigm of noun. Do you understand this? What is the inflectional paradigm of noun? Or what is the inflectional system of noun? That it can take a plural morpheme and it can take a possessive case morpheme apostrophe S. What is the inflectional paradigm of a verb? That it can take, a verb can take S, a verb can take ing, and a verb can take ed. So when conversion takes place, then the inflectional paradigm also changes. That is, if pocket is a noun, then its inflectional paradigm is that of noun. Yeah. Now conversion. So if pocket is a noun, then it can take all the inflectional paradigm of a noun. And when pocket changes to verb, it can take the inflectional paradigm of the verb. That is. So someone asked me to explain this point number 3, and someone asked me to explain point number 2 also. Only a derivational affix changes the grammatical category of a word. An inflectional affix never changes the grammatical category of a word. I have already explained when I was dealing with the difference between inflectional morpheme and derivation morpheme. I have already explained that an inflectional morpheme does not change the class of a word. Walk is a verb, walks also is a verb. But a derivational morpheme may change the class of a word. For example, false is the adjective. This is false. False is falsehood. If you add hood to false, then it is noun. So a derivational morpheme changes or may change the class of a word, but inflectional morpheme does not change the class of a word. That is point number 2. And we find all these features of derivational morphemes in zero morpheme also. All right. That is, whatever features we found with derivation morphemes, we find with zero morpheme also. That is, adding a zero morpheme to a word, we change the class of a word. So this is a derivational process. Conversion is also a derivational process. I hope I am clear. All right. Okay. Now, next slide. Slide number 4.
यस सर, चेंज हो गया आ रहा थोड़ा देरी में.
हाँ आ गया. नहीं आया अभी. हाँ, yes. Now look at the top, the title of this slide: Direction of Conversion. Hmm. You have understood conversion, I hope, and you have also understood that conversion is a derivational process. Conversion is a derivational process because whatever features we find with a derivational morpheme, we find those features with zero morpheme also. And therefore, conversion, which changes the class of a word, is also a derivational process. Now, direction of conversion. That's direction means, look at the word at the bottom of this slide, nurse, and there is an arrow, nurse. Answer, there is an arrow, and then answer. Dirty, there is an arrow, and then dirty. Arrow, what does this arrow indicate? Arrow indicates that the word nurse as a verb has been derived from the word nurse as a noun. Please listen to me once again. The arrow in answer indicates that answer as a noun has been derived from answer as a verb. Or the arrow in dirty indicates that dirty as a verb has been derived from dirty as an adjective. That is, you take nurse as a noun, add a zero morpheme, and you get nurse as a verb. We say nurse is a noun and nurse is a verb also. Answer is a verb and answer is a noun also. Like, she is a nurse and she has nursed the patient. She is a nurse. Nurse is a noun. She's nursing the patient. Nurse is a verb here. Answer, I always answer the questions. I always answer the questions. Answer is a verb here in this sentence. My answer is correct. Now, my answer is correct. Answer is a noun in my answer. Dirty is an adjective. My room is dirty. Or this is a dirty room. Right? Or this is a dirty shirt. This is a dirty glass. All right. So dirty is an adjective. And then a dirty can be changed into a verb also. Like, I have dirtied my shirt. Now, what we are trying to say is that the verb nurse or nurse as a verb has been derived from nurse as a noun. This is the meaning of the arrow here. Or answer as a noun has been derived from answer as a verb. Alright? Or dirty as a verb has been derived from dirty as an adjective. And what is the derivational process? We add zero morpheme to all. But what is the proof that nurse as a verb has been derived from nurse as a noun? Why can't we say that nurse as a noun has been derived from nurse as a verb? I say verb has been derived from noun. Nurse is a noun. Nurse is also a verb. And I say verb has been derived from noun. Why can't we say that noun has been derived from the verb? Do you get the question that I am asking? Answer as a noun has been derived from answer as a verb. But why can't we say that answer as a verb has been derived from answer as a noun? Or dirty as a verb has been derived from dirty as a noun, as an adjective. Why can't we say that dirty as an adjective has been derived from dirty as a verb? That is what I'm saying is, why can't we change the direction of this arrow? If we change the direction of this arrow by 180 degrees, then this arrow will point towards nurse as a noun, or answer as a verb, or dirty as an adjective. You get the point? So what is the proof of this direction? Direction of conversion. And the point is that what is the proof that nurse as a verb has been derived from nurse as a noun? Now let's look at the argument, the proof, the criterion of meaning. Let's look at the meaning of a word. Nurse. What is the basic meaning of a nurse? The basic meaning of a nurse is a person who looks after a patient. And if nurse is a person, then it is a noun. What is a noun? Noun is the name of a place, person, or thing, right? So when I talk of nurse, when I say nurse, then the person who looks after a patient comes in your mind. So nurse is a noun because it refers to a person. Answer. When I say answer, the basic meaning is that of an action. What is a verb? Like walk. Walk can also be a verb, and walk can also be a noun. He walks in the garden. He took a walk in the garden. A walk is a noun. He walks in the garden. Walk is a verb. He took a walk in the garden. Walk is a noun. Now, what is the basic meaning of walk? What is it? Basically a noun or a verb? Walk is basically a verb because it refers to an action. Similarly, dirty is basically an adjective because it refers to a quality. So what is the basic meaning of a word? We take the basic meaning of a word and then we choose the class of that word. The basic meaning of nurse is a person. The basic meaning of answer is action, and therefore it is a verb. The basic meaning of dirty is a quality. Dirty is a quality, and therefore it is an adjective. So from basically nurse is a noun, basically answer is a verb, and basically dirty is an adjective. And therefore anything that has to be derived from nurse, it will be derived from noun. Or if a noun has to be derived from answer, it will be derived from verb, because the basically
Hello? Hello, sir. We can't hear you.
adjective because it refers to a quality. So
Hello,
this is the
we can't
criterion
hear.
of meaning.
Hello, sir. We can't hear, sir.
That shows the direction. So
We can't hear, sir.
just listen to me. On the basis of the meaning, we classify the words. And if the basic meaning of a word tells us that this is a noun, then a verb that will be derived will be from noun. If the basic meaning of a word tells us that this is an action, then that word will be verb, and anything that is derived from that word, it will be derived from the verb. Similarly, any word that refers to the quality is basically an adjective, and other words derived from it will be from adjective. So that shows the direction of conversion. That is, nurse, the direction of conversion in nurse is from noun to verb. The direction of conversion in answer is from verb to noun. And the direction of conversion in dirty is from adjective to verb. Because basically nurse is a noun, answer is a verb, and dirty is an adjective. That is the criterion of meaning, which shows or proves the direction of conversion. Next slide, Jamshed.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
So we can make dirty as a noun also by adjective. Can we
What?
make dirty as noun also from adjective?
Type your question. No, I can't hear you. Can't hear you. Yeah.
सर स्लाइड आ चुका है, स्क्रीन पे देख लीजिए एक बार.
You type out your question. I'll answer that.
Yes, I am typing.
There is a problem in hearing. The voice is not coming clearly. Okay.
हेलो हेलो.
Arrow shows, okay, sir, dirty as a verb changes to adjective. No. Dirty as an adjective changes to dirty as a verb. Can we make dirty adjective to dirty noun? Now, dirty is not a noun. Dirty is not a noun. Dirty can never be used as a noun. Dirty is always an adjective or a verb, but never a noun. When we say the dirty place, dirty is an adjective. And when I say I have dirtied, or the boy always dirties his shirt, it is a verb. So dirty is either an adjective or a verb. It is never a noun.
Thank you, sir.
From a noun, or a noun has been derived from a verb, it depends on the basic meaning of the word. Yes. Type out your question. I can't hear you. Okay, next slide. The criterion of form. Okay. Now the second argument is related to the form, the criterion of form. And what is the meaning of form here? Form means whatever you see or whatever you hear, like condition. You can see condition written, or you can hear condition spoken. When you hear it, condition. When you hear condition, that is the form of condition. When you write condition, then that is the form of condition. Now, condition is a noun and condition is also a verb. And what I'm trying to say is that condition is basically a noun, then we add a zero morpheme to it and we change it to a verb condition. That is, the direction of change in condition is from noun to verb. What is the proof? Similarly, vocation. The direction of change is from vocation as a noun to vocation as a verb. The direction is not reverse. That is, we do not derive condition as a noun from condition as a verb. We do not derive vocation from a noun, vocation as a noun from vocation as a verb. We derive condition as a verb from condition as a noun, or we derive vocation from as a verb from vocation as a noun. What is the proof? I said the criterion of form. Now tell me, ION, this suffix or this ending on a word ION, take any word with ending with ION and that will turn out to be a noun. A station, TION, it ends with. And there are so many words. Preparation, right? Preparation, examination. All right. So any word that ends with ION is a noun, basically a noun. So condition is basically a noun, vocation is basically a noun because it ends with ION. The form of the word tells us that condition and vocation are nouns. So basically they are nouns, and then from noun we can derive the verb. Condition, his condition is good. This is a noun. And my mind is conditioned. My mind is conditioned. This is a verb. And I'm trying to tell you that condition as a verb has been derived from condition as a noun. And the proof is that condition ends with ION, and therefore this is basically a noun, and anything that is derived will be derived from the noun condition. So the verb condition or the verb vocation has been derived from the noun condition and the noun vocation. Look at the two more words, refill and recount. Re, R-E. This is a prefix. And this prefix can be added to which class of word? Can be added to a noun, like boy. Boy is a noun. Can we say re-boy? RE is a prefix which can be added only to a verb. All right? RE, listen to me once again. RE is a prefix which can be added only to a verb, like rewrite. Rewrite. Redo. In your assignments, some people might have got redo. Redo, rewrite. Right. Similarly, refill. Refill means to fill again. Recount. Recount means count again. Because there is re as a prefix on fill, therefore this is a verb. Basically a verb. Because re is a prefix in recount. This is basically a verb because re can be added to a verb. So refill and recount both are verbs. And if we have to derive anything from them, we have to derive from the verb. So refill is basically a verb, and then refill as a noun has been derived from it. How? That is, I put a refill in my pen. Refill my glass with water. I have refilled your glass with water. Now this is a verb, and I put a refill in my pen. This is a noun. Refill is a noun. And because re is there on fill, so it is verb. Basically a verb, and anything that can be derived from refill, that will be derived from refill as a verb, not refill as a noun. So in the case of refill, a noun is derived from verb, not that a verb is derived from noun. We cannot reverse the direction of the arrow. Similarly, the word intellectual. AL is a suffix which is added to an adjective only. Like electric, electrical. Economic, economical. He is very economical. This is an electrical matter. Electrical matter. So AL is a suffix which can be added only to an adjective. So intellectual, there is AL on intellectual. So basically this is an adjective, and intellectual as a noun has been derived from intellectual as an adjective. It is not the case that intellectual as an adjective has been derived from intellectual as a noun. You cannot reverse the direction. Why? Because intellectual is basically an adjective. Is that okay? Any question? Jamshed, किन्हीं को question पूछना है तो जरा पूछ लो.
हेलो, अपने क्वेश्चंस को चैट बॉक्स में टाइप कर लो.
क्वेश्चन है तो ले लो. एक दो क्वेश्चन, ज्यादा नहीं.
So there is a question in the chat box.
Please type out your question. Can't hear you properly.
Chat box is already.
Right. Type out your question on the chat
Yes,
box.
it is.
Yes, just a minute. Excuse me, sir. The word repetition. What is that? I didn't say it properly. Okay. If I can guess properly, what you are asking is repetition. From which repeat is an action, meaning wise also and form wise also. It is a verb. Repeat is a verb, meaning wise. What type of questions will come in the exam? I don't know. I'm not answering this question. You can see the questions of previous years. Yeah, you can see the questions of previous years and find out the kind of questions that you will get. Now, repetition, I'm talking about repetition. There was one question, repetition. So, repetition has been derived from repeat. Repetition is a noun, and this noun has been derived from repeat as a verb. But this is not a case of conversion. This is a case of derivation. Remember, derivational process is a process in which you add a suffix or a prefix. But conversion is a derivational process in which you add nothing. Right? That is the zero derivation or zero morpheme. That is conversion. That is, you add nothing to it. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Now, let's come to the next slide, classification.
सर स्क्रीन पे आ गया, एक बार चेक कर लीजिए आप.
Classification.
हेलो हेलो.
Hello, sir. The whole screen
Slide
is not
number.
projecting.
हेलो.
Whole screen is not projecting. The whole screen is not projecting.
Slide number 6.
सर देखिए स्क्रीन पे आ गया होगा सर. हेलो.
The bottom side of the screen is not
Slide
projecting.
number 6. हाँ, yes, आ गया. नहीं आया. Yes, आ गया. ठीक है. Now look, what happens in conversion? What happens in conversion? In conversion, you derive one class of word from another, right? For example, intellectual. From adjective, you derive the noun intellectual, right? So, classification is always done according to the derivation. That is, before derivation, take intellectual as a noun. Before derivation, this was an adjective. So, classification will be intellectual is an adjective and intellectual is also a noun. This is called double classification. That is, in conversion, we adopt the process of double classification. Why double classification? Because we derive one class of word from another class of word. Intellectual is an adjective and we derive a noun intellectual from this adjective. So intellectual is an adjective and intellectual is also a noun. This is called double classification. Next slide. Jamshed, next slide.
हाँ सर, चेंज कर दें.
Now look, conversion to noun. So you, हो गया, आ गया. So you take one class of word and you change it into noun. So what is that? Number one, from verb to noun. Doubt. Examples: doubt, love, laugh, walk. I have given a number of examples. For example, doubt. Doubt is an action. This is a verb. He always doubts my intention. Always doubts my intention. This is a verb, and there is a doubt in his mind. I always say, do you have any doubt? Do you have any doubt? So any doubt is a noun. So doubt has been derived. Doubt is both a verb and a noun. And a verb changes to noun in the case of doubt. Then adjective to noun. An adjective can change to noun, or a noun can be derived from adjective, like criminal. Criminal is basically an adjective And then a noun is derived from that adjective, and again we get criminal. For example, he, this is a criminal act. This is a criminal act. Now this is an adjective. And when we say he is a criminal, he is a criminal, that is criminal is a noun. Now look here, at the bottom of this slide, you will find a few phrases: a daily newspaper, a weekly magazine, a noble person, a progressive idea. In all these cases, daily is an adjective. A daily newspaper, a newspaper that comes daily, a weekly magazine. Weekly is an adjective. And sometimes what we do is that we delete newspaper and we simply say a daily. That is, we can say Prabhat Khabar is a daily. Prabhat Khabar is a daily. What we are doing? We are deriving a noun from an adjective. For a magazine also we can say it is a weekly. That is, weekly as an adjective and weekly as a noun. When we say this magazine is a weekly, which means we are deriving a noun from an adjective. Next slide, Dina. Slide number 7.
हाँ सर देखिए आ गया.
Slide number 8. Slide number 8. From now. Yeah. ठीक है. Now look here. An auxiliary. A noun can be derived from an auxiliary also. This book is a must for the students. Must. Must is an auxiliary verb, but here it has been used as a noun. So a noun can be derived from an auxiliary. Then conjunction. A noun can be derived from a conjunction also. You know, if, but, these are conjunctions. But you can get nouns also. I don't want any ifs and buts. Now, if is a conjunction and but is a conjunction. But ifs and buts, both are nouns. So a noun has been derived from conjunction. Particles. Now, particles here we mean, by particles we mean preposition or adverbs. Now, a noun can be derived from a preposition or an adverb. Like we can say we should be aware of the ups and downs of life. We have seen so many ups and downs of life. Now, up and down, both are prepositions or adverbs. So, we have derived a noun from a preposition. Then affixes. A noun can be derived from an affix, like ism. Ism is an affix in so many words like Marxism, socialism, feminism, anarchism. And then ism is an affix and you can use it as a noun. I don't believe in any ism. Then a noun can be derived from phrases and under the weather feeling. Under the weather is a phrase. All right. Under the weather means ill or sick or not well. And under the weather feeling means he has a feeling of being sick or being ill. He is not well. And whenever I gamble, my horse is one of the also ran. Look at this word, also ran. My horse also ran. My horse also ran in the race. So, his horse also ran in the race. So, also ran is a phrase. Now, this has been converted into a noun. Whenever I gamble, my horse is one of the also ran. Slide number 9. Slide number 9. हाँ आ गया ठीक है. Now conversion to verb. That is, you get a verb from different classes of words. Like from noun you can get a verb. And one example, I'll give you just one. So many examples I have given, but look at bottle. Bottle, corner, cube, parrot, orbit, butter, etc., etc., etc. These are all nouns, but all of them can be used as verbs also. Bottle, like this is a green bottle. A green bottle. Fine. Bottle is a noun. But I bottled the water. I bottled the water. Which means I put the water in the bottle. So bottle is a verb in that sentence. Then a verb can be derived from an adjective. Calm, dirty, dry, empty. These are all adjectives, but they can be used as verb also, which means that an adjective, a verb, has been derived from an adjective. For example, take the word empty. This bottle is empty. This bottle is empty, or this is an empty bottle. So empty is an adjective, but I have emptied this bottle. I have emptied this bottle. This is a verb. Then a verb can be derived from an adverb. Like, when we say he came near the school. Suppose I give you a sentence like he came near the school. Now near is an adverb, and this can be used as a verb. He neared the school, right? He neared the school. And he neared the school means he came near the school. Then particles. Particles again means a preposition or an adverb. Like from particles also we can derive a verb. Like down. When I say he went down the street, right? He went down the street. Now down is an adverb here. Or it can be taken as a preposition also. He went up the street, he went up the hill, he went down the street. So down and up, these are particles. But down can also be used as a verb or can be converted to a verb, like he downed the shutters of the shop. He downed the shutters of the shop. So down has been used as a verb. So particles can be converted into a verb. Next. Slide number 10. Thank you. Now look here. What does an adjective do? What does an adjective do? An adjective modifies a noun. I'll take another 2 or 3 minutes and then come to an end. An adjective modifies a noun. Like we can say, he is a brilliant student. He is a brilliant student. Now, brilliant is an adjective because it modifies the noun student. Now, noun can also be used as an adjective when it modifies another noun. For example, look at this word, this phrase, a street singer. A street singer. Now, instead of a good singer, you have street singer. Now, a good singer, good is an adjective. A singer who is good is a good singer. But you can't say a street singer, a singer who is a street is a singer who is a street. You can't say that. Now, street here modifies singer. That is, he sings on the streets. And a street is a noun which functions as an adjective in this phrase. A woman novelist. Woman is a noun, but it functions as an adjective. A diamond necklace. Diamond is a noun, but it functions as an adjective. It modifies necklace. So in a street singer, street modifies singer, and therefore street functions as an adjective. In a woman novelist, woman modifies novelist, and therefore woman, though it is a noun, functions as an adjective. A diamond necklace, diamond as an adjective. And this is called conversion to adjective. Right? And with this, we come to an end of this lecture. This is conversion. And these are some of the features. I can take one or two questions very quickly.
Excuse me, sir. So, is it possible that a word can be
You can
noun
type
or
out your questions. Jamshed? Hello, Jamshed.
यस सर.
Jamshed, are you there?
हाँ सर, बोलिए. हेलो.
Jamshed ji.
हेलो. आप लोग का जो भी
Yes,
क्वेश्चन
sir,
आप
please
प्लीज
give
चैट
an
बॉक्स में
example
टाइप
for
कर दो.
one auxiliary. What? Type it out again. Show it again. Yeah. I can't hear you. Why don't you type it out?
सर चैट बॉक्स में देख लीजिए, स्टूडेंट अपने क्वेश्चन वहीं टाइप कर रहे हैं.
Is it possible that a word can be noun, verb, and adjective also? Not exactly. You know, mostly one word can be used in two different classes, but not more than one. Auxiliary is to give. Just please give an example for one auxiliary to noun. I've already given must. Must. This book is a must for the students. You know, this is not a very productive process that all the auxiliaries can be converted to a noun. It's not possible, but must. Like have. Have can also be used as a noun. The haves and the have-not. The haves means one, a person, or those persons who have something. The haves and the have-nots. So that is, but must is a fine example of an auxiliary which is converted to a noun. One more question. Sir, if we can please be added in WhatsApp group during session. No. Is it possible? Yes, why not? You can take my number. Jamshed. Hello, Jamshed. Okay, I'll talk it out
हाँ सर.
to
हेलो.
the person concerned, and then we can form a group. Jamshed. Jamshed, सुन रहे मेरी बात?
हाँ सुन रहे हैं.
चलो, फोन करते हैं तुम.
Sir, please give your number.
हेलो.
हाँ जमशेद, ये कुछ लोग बोल रहे हैं कि क्या हम लोग व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप बना सकते हैं क्या? ये पॉसिबल है? इंटेलेक्चुअल एज अ नाउन इन अ सेंटेंस. ही इज एन इंटेलेक्चुअल. ही इज एन इंटेलेक्चुअल. An intellectual. Kindly give your number, sir. Okay, all right. Later, maybe tomorrow. Let me discuss whether we can form a WhatsApp group. राइट। हाँ जमशेद, कुछ लोग बोल रहे हैं कि क्या हम लोग व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप बना सकते हैं। हाँ, या साहब से बात कर लेना। हाँ, तो फिर कल, yes, tomorrow participants, tomorrow you will be informed whether we can have a WhatsApp group or not. Fine. चलो ठीक। तो now we come, ठीक है जमशेद, अब खत्म करते हैं। ठीक। Okay participants, thank you very much. So we come to the end of this 6th session. See you tomorrow, hopefully.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you very much.
Thank you, sir.
जमशेद भैया स्लाइड एक बार फिर चला दीजिएगा।
हेलो सर, हेलो हेलो,
स्लाइड्स एक बार फिर चला दीजिएगा सर हम लोगों के लिए।
एक मिनट हम चला देते, थोड़ा सा वेट
बोलो
करो।
जमशेद। हाँ जमशेद बोलो। जमशेद, हाँ बोलो ना। नहीं छोड़ दो, अब यहीं तक पहुंचेंगे। अब 11 12 अब नहीं कर पाएंगे, हो गया। अब वो बाद में करेंगे, है ना, उसको अलग कर देंगे। हाँ हाँ ठीक ठीक।
हेलो,
हाँ
हेलो।
बस हम निकल रहे हैं अब।
जी सर, थैंक यू सर, कल मिलते हैं फिर।
लॉग आउट कर जाए ना।
जी सर जी।
हाँ चलो
Hello,
मिलते हैं।
Jamshid
ये
sir.
सब
How can I
रिकॉर्ड
go
भी
to
हो रहा है
that?
क्या?
जैसा
ये to that what?
Sir, I just want the videos, whatever is recorded. I've heard it's there on Karam City College. I went to the website. I'm not finding those videos.
अभी अपलोड नहीं किया गया है, अभी वो प्रोसेस में है, इसलिए तो बोला गया ना
अच्छा,
कि
ठीक है।
लास्ट के सेशन में उसका लिंक आप लोग को शेयर कर दिया जाएगा।
Okay, thank you very much.
ठीक, बहुत अच्छे।
Hello sir, can I get the screenshots of today's class?
अच्छा एक मिनट होल्ड करिए।
Today's
अबे यार